Let's talk a little Guardians now, Anthony. As we pivot, do we have a read first, or should we just get right into it?
Yeah, before you guys get to Guardians, I want to remind everybody that you can see your favorite golf legends play in the Colleagues Companies Championship July 12th through July 16th at the famous Firestone Country Club. Fun, family-friendly events all week long featuring a new fan zone experience, free attendance for kids, and concerts every single night. There's something for everyone. You can learn more at colleaguegolf.com.
I'll be down there next Tuesday. Earl and Jay will be down there next Wednesday, so make sure y'all, if you guys are around, come say what's up, come hang out with us. We'll be down there for the show. Let's talk a little Guardians, guys. They are still one game under 500. They are tied for first place in the AL Central. They just took 2 of 3 from the Chicago Cubs in one of the, I'll say, ugly, weird, confusing wins we've seen in a long time. They were up 6-2. They're up 6-0. Then 6-2 in the 9th. Clase, hours after being named an All-Star, has a unique way of blowing the save, a couple infield singles. Josh Naylor plays the role of the I can't make a play at first base to playing the hero. And they start a big series with the Braves tonight. But let's start last night in the game. G, were you surprised at the Guardians' resilience? I mean, I know they blew the lead, but they came right back in the next inning and took the win.
I mean, the Cubs aren't very good.
No, they're not.
First of all, this was not the 2016 Indians versus the Cubs move. I will say this. I was surprised that, they showed a little resilience coming back. But here's the thing that gets me, and I looked at. That has to scare you. If you're looking at Naylor at first base, oh, my man, boy. Listen, these are routine plays. I have not seen somebody boot balls like that back to back. I'm looking at it like, dang, bro, they in his head now at this point. Especially when they started the floodgates came back. Obviously, he did get some redemption by coming up with, basically the game-winning hit. His stick is there. But if you go into the postseason and if you're moving around, you can't have too much faith in him at first base. As a matter of fact, it sucks because I would prefer to have him as the DH. But then that means I have to play Bell at first base, and I'm not getting much better glove work over there with him. And his stick is where. So
his what.
Yeah, it's just that's a conundrum in itself. But when I look at the Guardians, once again, it's gonna be like this the rest of the year. I think people that's waiting for them to jump off to this 10, 12, lead on no, it's not gonna happen. Like when you can't consistently get enough runs, you get good pitching performances, you can't get runs, then the pitching performance is down, you can't come back. I think this is who the Guardians are this year. They're just a team that's inconsistent, and they'll make it to the postseason. I don't know how far they'll go, past the first round, but yeah, they're not a contender at this point.
My first thought really had nothing to do with Naylor. Guys make errors. We know he's not a Gold Glove defender, whatever. The All-Star break can't come soon enough for Emmanuel Clase, and I'm a little concerned about his workload. Leads the league, tied for the league lead in appearances. I hope they don't use him. I hope he doesn't pitch, frankly, in the All-Star game. I hope that they just shut him down. Go, enjoy yourself, have a great time, take part in the festivities. Don't pitch, man. Just take the days off, rest your arm. But it's because they're involved in so many one-run games.
Well, can I ask you a question, though? Last night wasn't even a save opportunity.
Nope.
Yeah. He put him in, and I know he like Tito has always said, I like to give my closer work. Yeah. We're going to a big series. I don't want him to be rusty, but he's pitched so much this season. Yeah. I don't understand.
It's fair to question that. Yeah. It's fair to question it. 41 appearances. What's that put him on pace for?
85, 86?
Yeah, it's crazy how many games he's been in. So I just worry about workload. And I hope, like I said, when we get the All-Star break, he needs the rest. I hope he doesn't pitch.
I like the resiliency from the team because and we were on the show last Thursday, when they lost the game after Jose stole home, and then Clase. Did Clase vote in the 10th? Yeah, because Stefan blew it earlier. Yeah, so they came back. Jose steals home, and you think, hey, this is the moment, this is the turning point, and then they blow it, and it's deflating. So last night to have a situation where, Clase walks the first batter, he gives up 2 real singles and 2 infield singles. That's how they scored their 4 runs, essentially. It wasn't like he was no extra base hits. He didn't give up a 3-run home run. It was 2 hard hit singles, but it wasn't like he got absolutely mashed.
Right.
And that's just deflating. You know what I mean? It's like little paper cuts. Mm-hmm. But then to come back and immediately after have a guy like Josh Naylor, who I saw he's up to 310 now, which is shocking to me. Like he's been so good
terrific.
offensively. He's been the best offensive first baseman in the American League this year, hands down, bar none. I don't care what any of the advanced metrics say. No one's been better with the stick in his hand than Josh Naylor offensively this year. So to see him come back and immediately, not in the 13th, not the 14th, hey, next at bat, let's pick up Clase. I love to see that from this team, but I've learned my lesson the hard way that I am not getting all in on the Guardians bandwagon until this team is 5, 6, 7, 8 games over 500. Because as soon as we do, they're going to go out. They're playing the Braves the next 3 games. Braves are red hot.
Yep.
And hopefully it goes well. I'm taking the production team out there on Wednesday for a little show of appreciation. But so please win on Wednesday, Guardians. Come on, Cal. We need you.
Man, tell me what these tickets look like, too. I want to see what your seats looking like,
Look,
too.
my Hentges jersey is good luck. We'll win. It's fine.
Also, Gavin Williams pitching against the Braves tonight.
That's fun.
Big start. His first 2 starts came against Oakland.
Now he's in the
Kansas City.
majors. Now he's in the majors.
And
No,
this is
no,
the
no,
majors
right.
on Legendary. And
Yeah.
this is probably the best lineup in baseball.
He went from AAA to 4A. Now he's in the majors tonight.
I am excited to see how he performs. The Braves, I don't know if you guys saw the stat, and now we're in July, but in June, at least on the 29th, I'm not sure it finished this way, the Braves had more home runs in the month than the Guardians had all season, and they had just finished the month with a team batting average over 360 home runs in a month.
Our buddy Tom Hamilton was talking about that on the broadcast
60 what?
yesterday, I think
60
it was.
home runs in the month.
Too cheap.
But they
Yeah.
had 59 going to the last day, so I don't know if they hit,
man.
don't quote me on that.
Shut up.
But yeah, they had one of the best offensive months in the history of baseball.
Crazy.
And now we're going to see if Gavin Williams, the Guardians' top pitching prospect, can shut him down. And he looked
I love it.
phenomenal in his last start.
I love it. I
Yeah.
want to see it. I want to see him against the top
It's
teams.
I think tonight's game might be the first appointment television Guardians game we've had in a long time,
Yeah.
at least this season.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Outside of a guy's debut, I mean, when Bobby debuted,
Sure.
when but
Williams
like actually
debuted.
like just a regular
A good game.
This is appointment television.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. There hasn't been no like crazy over the top. No. You're right. It might be.
And what do you think? How do you think he fares?
I don't think he's going to strike out 12. I don't think he's going to get destroyed. 5, 6 innings, 3, 4 runs.
They would take that in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
That
sure.
puts him in the game.
Yeah.
And who's pitching again for the Braves? I looked this up earlier.
I don't know. I didn't look at the matchup.
Today's matchup is Gavin Williams against Bryce Elder, who's 6-1 with a 2.4 ERA this year, 96 innings pitched.
Dang.
Braves are loaded. They're loaded. Should be one of the World Series contenders this year.
They're
So you're telling
56
me-
and 27.
Mike, are you taking us to a loss? Is that what you're telling me?
I trust my guy Cal Quantrill,
There's people out there that are still salty. The Guardians had to change their names. Braves was like, nope,
So-
we good.
So Matt Olson
We gonna
leads
keep that.
the National League in home runs with 28. How many of the Guardians have a team this year? 59 now, 60?
I thought they were.
They break 60?
I don't
Give me
think
one
they
second.
broke 60.
He's got 15 more than Jose, who leads the Guardians, put it that way.
I thought they were like low 50s, high 40s, low 50s, but maybe I'm wrong on that.
They have 55.
55.
okay.
Yeah. So he's got 28. So he has half of the Guardians team total by himself.
That's the guy that they were in on last year, before last season.
No, that's Sean Murray. They were on Matt Olson, too.
Yeah, they were in on Matt Olson
And then Sean Murray.
prior to last season.
Also, Ronald Acuna. Have you guys seen his stats this year?
Yeah, but I haven't seen him lately, but they're bonkers.
He's batting .336 with 21 home runs and 54 RBIs and a 1.08 OPS. Yeah.
That's pretty good at baseball.
Yeah. Earl, that's who you really wanted to see, right? Acuna, that's your guy?
Yeah, that's my boy. That's one of my favorite players.
Yeah, we're going to see him. Hopefully he doesn't do anything against the Guardians on Wednesday. Or this whole series, honestly. But it's going to be a dogfight. And Gavin Williams, if we get 70% of what he pitched against, was it Kansas City the second start, right? Yeah, Oakland was the first, Kansas City the second.
Mm-hmm.
And he was dominant against Kansas City. If we get 70% of that, the Guardians have a chance to win tonight. I think that's all you can ask for going up against the game against an opponent such as Atlanta.
Honestly, I just want one.
One
Just
win?
one out of the 3.
One win, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a good,
Just don't get swept.
yeah. At
At
home.
what point the expectations is so below par?
Well, it's not that.
I mean,
it's not
the
that.
Braves might be the best team in baseball.
Yeah. I just don't. You don't want to get swept at home. Like just come out and get one. You've got
Tonight's
some
game
momentum.
sold out, by the way.
They've been terrific with attendance. Like the Guardians are. I keep meaning to do a piece on that, and
Do you know how much standing room only tickets cost tonight? I looked. I wanted to go. for the standing room in the outfield, $70.
Wow.
$70.
That's pretty good. That's really
phenomenal.
good for
Good
them.
for-
like, good for the Guardians, yeah.
But I mean, dang, bro, that's
They're usually
decent.
15 for comparison's sake.
I mean, can you imagine at any point in the next, I want to say, 3 years where you could say the Guardians are loaded?
Yeah.
In the next 3 years?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Loaded, man. I haven't heard loaded in the Guardians in a long time. I heard competitive. I heard
But
good.
they have, we talk about this all the time, but they have all the young guys. It's which of the young guys are going to step up and actually prove they're the future in the infield as opposed to the other guys who are going to naturally get washed out. Then you look at the guys in the outfield like Chase. Is it Chase DeLauder? Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah.
Like, he's with the Lake County Captains now. He's actually hit really well his first couple of games.
Yeah.
Over in Lake County. They have guys in the pipeline they're excited about. It's just a matter of when those guys get to the MLB level, will they perform?
That's why it's hard to say loaded. Like, that means
Well, you said, could you see a scenario? where
Yeah,
they're
I
loaded?
mean that's why it's hard. Like loaded in baseball means, oh, we got established dudes everywhere.
Tampa Bay's loaded. They're loaded. And they've had some injury concerns, and they've taken a half a step back, but they're still loaded. The Guardians,
The Braves are loaded. You look at
the
their,
Braves are loaded. The Braves are a different level of loaded.
you see, that's the loaded I'm asking about.
But no, but
I
I'm
want
just
that
saying,
loaded.
a small market team with very little payroll is
Exactly.
one of the best teams in baseball. Like it can be done. It's hard to sustain it with that same group. The Braves have the financial capacity to keep that team together.
I don't understand
year
how.
year over year over year. But Tampa does not. Like Tampa, you're constantly churning and constantly churning and constantly churning, and that's what Cleveland would be. But they have enough young talent here that give me two bats. I want two corner outfield bats. Pick one of the three dudes you got out there now. That's your center fielder, and give me two bats. And this lineup's going to look a lot different.
You talk about being loaded. And I'm just using the Braves as an example to get to the loaded that you want to. I know we have Greg Pruitt, so we'll get to Greg in 2 seconds. But here's their lineup from a game last month against the Mets. Lead off with Ronald Acuna. And you have Matt Olson, who leads. Acuna who's bidding 336.
That's how much baseball's changed.
Yeah, you already
You got
cheating right now.
Matt Olson, who leads the league with 28 home runs. Then you have leads the National League. Shohei
Yeah.
Ohtani leads the American League. Then you have Austin Riley, who is one of, if not the best, third baseman in baseball. Travis D'Arnaud, one of the best catchers in all of baseball. Eddie Rosario, who I'm not quite familiar with.
He was here.
He was Eddie Rosario. Then you have Albies. Is it Oscar Albies? Ozzy
Yeah.
Albies.
Yeah,
Good
Ozzy.
player.
And it's Darnaud as the catcher.
Darnaud, Orlando Arcia is the shortstop, and Michael Harris, last year's Rookie of the Year in
Yep.
center field.
Yep.
That's a squad.
But you
Yep.
should.
There's no easy outs in that
You
lineup.
should have said stop. Listen, if I know the first four people in your lineup, that means you're good. That is how you know.
That's the G. Bush
That is
marker.
If I know the first four people in your lineup and you are not a Guardian or a double A Lake County captain or whatever, that means you're loaded. Your squad is over the top.
So the game sold out tonight, so you cannot get to Progressive Field. But the next two games, go check them out. The UCSS squad will be there on Wednesday if you come see us.
Sold out.
Come say what's up. Tonight's game is sold out.
Oh,
That's why standing room only tickets are $70.
Hey, shout out to the marketing. Listen, all the front, the VPs, all the ticket people.
They got very creative with their ticketing this year. And
Yes,
it's
sir.
paying off.
Yeah.
And real quick, before we get to Greg, to go back to the NBA conversation, Anthony Edwards, 5-year, $260 million max deal.
Just happened?
Just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, so another one of those doesn't mean he's going to be there that whole time, but the money
Right.
is so big right now, you can't say no to it.